finally there is a government. There is a Chief Minister who's just about taken oath. Devendra Fadnavis is back as the Chief Minister of Maharashtra for the third time after much suspense. Eknath Shinde has finally taken oath as his deputy. Ajit Pawar, of course, also continuing to be his deputy in the state of Maharashtra. Devendra Fadnavis taking oath in the presence of several NDA top ministers. The Prime Minister, of course, there, Union Home Minister Amit Shah, JP Nadda, the BJP President, several other NDA ministers, and not just ministers at the centre. Chief Ministers of all BJP ruled states, of NDA states, including Nitish Kumar and Chandrababu Naidu, all in attendance at that special event. It was a star-studded oath-taking ceremony, and why not? It is a victory that the BJP wants the people of Maharashtra to remember. It's their day to celebrate. It's a thumping majority that they came up with. And in the last 12 days or so, there was a lot of parleys, a lot of back and forth as far as getting their act together in keeping all of their allies together. But that was finally done. The oath-taking has taken place. Who is going to be in the cabinet next? That, of course, is going to be the big question mark after this. The list is yet to be submitted. We don't know yet who these two parties, who the two deputies are going to be nominating for their picks as far as the Maharashtra cabinet goes. But today, it's the time for the BJP and specifically for one man, Devendra Fadnavis, to bask in the sun, to bask in all its glory of the victory that he's made possible for not just the BJP, but also for the Mahayuti. It's deservedly so. There is nobody else who could have taken his place, is what many believe, not just from the BJP, but political observers as well. Deva Bhau, as he was being called in the last couple of days, slogans were being raised for him to be at the helm. He has delivered a hat-trick of over 100 plus seats for the BJP once again. He's young, but he's also experienced. He's backed by the RSS as well. The Prime Minister has hailed his leadership on multiple occasions. The Prime Minister also talks about his strategic acumen. Remember, Devendra Fadnavis is only the second Chief Minister in the state of Maharashtra to complete a full term. He's also trusted to manage the complicated alliance ties, and we've seen how complicated they can be in the last couple of days as well. Until the very last minute, there was suspense if Eknath Shinde was going to be taking oath as a deputy or not. He's also weathered the 2019 storm for the BJP. Remember, that's when he took oath as the Chief Minister of Maharashtra for the second time, but that government only lasted for about 3 days. It was brought down. Eventually, the Adani government came to power. Back in 2022, he was back at the helm with the two deputies that he has once again. He only returns stronger. So what happens next? We have the Chief Minister, we have the deputies. Now, what is the cabinet going to look like? Here's what our sources have been telling us on CNN News 18, that the home portfolio is going to stay with the BJP, whether it stays with the Chief Minister, Mr. Fadnavis, or someone else that's deputed. That, of course, we'll find out. Ajit Pawar may retain the finance ministry. It was with him in the last 2.5 years as well. The BJP could offer revenue to Shinde Sena, is what we're given to understand. It also then sort of strikes a balance of finance with one ally and revenue with another. Urban development is another portfolio that is being keenly watched. There is no clarity yet if that could go to Shinde Sena as well. The BJP has finalized its cabinet names, is what we're given to understand. Devendra Fadnavis knows exactly who he wants as his cabinet colleagues. But the allies are yet to decide. Those names are yet to be given by both Eknath Shinde and Ajit Pawar to the BJP to figure out what the final look of the cabinet is going to be like. There is no decision yet on the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker either. Could those positions also then go to the allies, specifically to Eknath Shinde's camp, because he has made it very clear over the last couple of days that he is going to drive a hard bargain. As far as the Legislative Council is concerned, there are two positions that are up for discussions there as well, the Chairman and the Deputy Chairman. Could those be given to either of these allies too? Now, the state was won. The oath-taking has finally happened. But there are challenges ahead for the Mahayuti, for Fadnavis or the NDA government this term around. Fiscal prudence is one of them. There's a debt of 2.7 lakh crores to the exchequer as far as Maharashtra is concerned. That's something that they need to look at. Coalition management, of course, could be a tricky road, is what many say as far as Fadnavis goes. But he's navigated through those complexities. He's balanced interests very well in the last 2.5 years, which is why he's entrusted to do that once again. Smooth governance and addressing corruption issue, ensuring ease of doing business. That's another thing as far as businesses are concerned. Remember, the opposition in the run-up to this election campaign has often spoken of how, at the behest of the BJP, several industries left the state of Maharashtra and went to other BJP-ruled states. That's something that the Fadnavis government will want to reverse, at least bust that narrative. There are urban issues that are on the platter as well. The push for sustainable urban development, for infrastructure. All of that also needs to be looked at. Agricultural distress is another issue. Water management, farmer welfare schemes is something that has to be looked at as well, which is why perhaps in the run-up to this election, for the first time, we saw the BJP promising a farm loan waiver. They've never done this in any other election before. The Maratha quota issue is another issue that could become a headache for this government. That is something that they have to find a solution to. Remember, we had seen the Supreme Court struck down the 2018 Act. Back then too, it was Devendra Fadnavis and his government who had taken it up right till the highest level as far as this legal hurdle goes. Will they now come back, rework it, try and find a solution? That's something that remains to be seen as well. But at the moment, Devendra Fadnavis is at the helm of affairs. Mahayuti 2.0 has taken shape. Is it going to be smooth sailing though? That's what we'll find out.
देवेंद्र सरिता गंगाधरराव फडणवीस ईश्वर साक्ष शपथ घेतो की कायद्याद्वारे स्थापित झाले आहे अशा भारताच्या संविधानाबद्दल मी खरी श्रद्धा व निष्ठा बाळगीन, न्याय वागणूक देईन किंवा त्यांच्याकडे उघड करणार नाही.
मी एकनाथ गंगूबाई संभाजी शिंदे ईश्वर साक्ष शपथ घेतो की महाराष्ट्र राज्याचा उपमुख्यमंत्री म्हणून माझ्या विचारार्थ आणली जाईल किंवा मला ज्ञात होईल अशी कोणतीही बाब असा उपमुख्यमंत्री म्हणून माझी कामे यथायोग्य पार पाडण्यासाठी आवश्यक असेल ते खेरीज करून
मी अजित आशाताई अनंतराव पवार गांभीर्यपूर्वक प्रतिज्ञा करतो की कायद्याद्वारे स्थापित झाले आहे अशा भारताच्या संविधानाबद्दल मी खरी श्रद्धा व निष्ठा बाळगीन. मी भारताची सार्वभौमता व एकात्मता उन्नत राखीन.
Let's open this up. Rajiv Pandey, spokesperson of the BJP, joins us. Pranay Ajmera, leader of the NCP Sharad Pawar faction. Ravi Srivastav, political analyst. And my colleague Aman Sharma joins us here in the studio. But first, I want to get in a word from my colleague who's joining us from on ground. Yasha Kotak in Mumbai, outside the Azad Maidan, where the swearing-in ceremony just about concluded. Thousands and thousands of people had gathered. There were special invitees, beneficiaries of the Ladki Bahin scheme, of the farmer scheme of the government that were in attendance at that particular event as well. But until the very last minute, there was suspense as far as Eknath Shinde went, Yasha?
Absolutely. Having had all the three leaders on stage was quite a relief for the government. In fact, until an hour before the swearing-in could take place, there was a lot of suspense about whether Eknath Shinde would want to take over the position of Deputy Chief Minister. Of course, we've also seen how until yesterday, it was Eknath Shinde who himself had said that there were all these speculations that he was avoiding or he had any demands for having the position of Chief Minister or for that matter any portfolio demands. But, the fact that until last minute, Eknath Shinde did not really confirm whether he would want to be the Deputy Chief Minister is something, that ratifies the speculation that were on. Only, say, half an hour before the swearing-in could take place was where leaders from Shiv Sena went, taking a letter from Devendra Fadnavis to Governor, informing him that he's taking oath as the Deputy Chief Minister, and then the oath-taking ceremony has taken place. Clearly now it's a role reversal for Devendra Fadnavis and Eknath Shinde. Devendra Fadnavis worked as deputy to Eknath Shinde in Mahayuti 1.0. Now we see in Mahayuti 2.0, Eknath Shinde will be working as deputy to Devendra Fadnavis. So clearly role reversal of sorts. In fact, sticky point has been the urban development portfolio. Earlier there was discussions over home as well as urban development, something that seems to be resolved. But as of now, of course, urban development seems to be a portfolio that Shiv Sena really wants, because clearly Eknath Shinde had that portfolio in the Mahavikas Aghadi as well.
And it seems like, at least as of now, it is up for grabs. What the BJP and what the other alliance partners decide, we'll find out. For the moment, Yashad, though, thank you so much for getting us the latest. Let's bring it back to our expert panelists. Aman, let me ask you, as far as the optics go, the way the seating arrangement was done, that perhaps gave some people jitters till the very last minute, till the time that Eknath Shinde actually went up to the podium and took oath as the Deputy Chief Minister. Was there more to be read into that?
Well, I think, Poonam, very significant that Eknath Shinde took the oath before Ajit Pawar did. And technically, amongst the three leaders, Ajit Pawar is the senior most in terms of age as well as experience. Well, that said, there has been 2 tense weeks of lot and back and forth has happened, but all well that ends well. If we see the larger picture now, see the Mahayuti government is in shape. Chief Minister, both Deputy Chief Ministers have taken oath. The cabinet, I'm sure, will also be in place in the next 2 to 3 days. We have to put in context the scale of this victory, what it means in Maharashtra, what it means nationally. For Maharashtra, such a big victory, 230 plus seats for the Mahayuti, 132 for the BJP alone. This is one of the very, very, very strong government where the opposition has been virtually, demolished in the state. They don't even have the numbers to claim an LOP. So this will be a very, very strong government. I think center, state, double engine will work very perfectly here with Mr. Fadnavis here and Mr. Narendra Modi in the center. And you could see that on the stage also, the way what it means for politics nationally, you can see that on the stage. NDA has brought all its top guns on the stage, the Prime Minister, the Home Minister, the Defence Minister, Finance Minister, BJP President, all NDA ruled state chief ministers are there, all the major BJP ruled state ruled chief ministers are there. So I think BJP is trying to send a national message that, look, you may have told us after the Lok Sabha that with 240 seats, we are a bit down and, we are a bit demoralized, but look at the victories in Haryana and now the victory in Maharashtra, I think is bringing back the confidence back in the stride of the BJP leaders. It's showing on the Prime Minister's face. It's extremely confident. I think the Maharashtra win has come like a huge booster shot to the BJP after what happened in the Lok Sabha.
No doubt, and it is the moment in the sun for Devendra Fadnavis especially. He's the man who led the BJP to that hat-trick. He's been somebody who's managed all these coalition compulsions, the tricky balances that had to be made with two coalition partners who many would say are on different sides of the spectrum. Rajiv Pandey, I want to open this up and ask you. The next question, of course, is going to be what happens as far as the cabinet goes. Now, Eknath Shinde has tried to play hardball, at least for the last 1 week or so. Will we see that when it comes to portfolios in the cabinet as well? And if that's something that happens, how much of ball is the BJP going to play?
Poonamji, nothing like that is going to happen. When the election process has started, we were saying to the people on your channel as well as our sister channel, on various channels, that we have worked for Maharashtra, people will bless us with their votes and support. Now that happened. First they were saying, how you will contest election, there are 3 parties. We easily stitched the alliance and number of seats were allocated to all 3 parties. So that issue was demolished. Then election came, said that you are fighting in the name under the leadership of Eknath Shinde, but it was very clear that the CM face will be elected after results. Then they said it is taking time, it will not happen. Now finally Eknath Shinde said that I am ready to work under whoever Honorable Prime Minister, Home Minister, BJP President decides. That has also happened. Till yesterday it was that whether he will join or not. Today he has joined as a deputy CM. You understand one thing, there is a process. This is not a private limited party like Sonia Gandhi Private Limited, Lalu Yadav Private Limited, Thackeray Private Limited. This is not private limited party. So in this party there is a process. And in that process we consult our all leaders, our top leaders consultancy process. So all these things is happening. And as far as the alliance is concerned, Poonamji, BJP is always carry their alliance partners. You have seen with Shiv Sena, except aberration of 2 years, 2.5 years, we are together for more than 3 decades. It's not like that we have a stitch alliance. If you see in Bihar with Nitish Kumar ji, 1995 onwards we are together. 2005 we came into power. That time it was Sabta Party. So we do not leave our alliance partners and neither alliance partner leaves us. What I am trying to tell you, that BJP will manage all these things, and as you have put in your opening comments that the Maharashtra is facing a lot of issues, that issue will be taken care because we have double engine ki sarkar. In the center, it is led by Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and in the state now, Devendra Fadnavis ji is there. In my opinion, the Maharashtra will be on the path of development and at a very accelerated pace, and all these things is
and
for
speaking of that development, Mr. Pandey, I want to get in Pranay Ajmera as well, because that's something that the opposition, Mr. Ajmera, has been speaking of in Maharashtra. Even in the election campaign, you spoke of how industries went out of the state, how there was a lot of focus on the vision as far as the party's ideology went for the BJP, but not so much as vision for development. Now that all's well within Maharashtra finally has a government. What are your expectations? Let me get in, Mr. Ajmera.
Yes, thank you. See, as my dear friend Pandey had said, that the double engine Sarkar will work in an accelerated pace. Rajiv Bhai, this double engine Sarkar is in the state, and this double engine system is in working for the last 10 years. In 2014, the government, its center was of BJP. At the same time, the government in Maharashtra was of BJP. During 2 years of Corona, even in the previous term, the state and central government were of BJP and the allies. What has happened all this while in the state was terrific. The masses have actually lost faith in the government and the governing system. Of course, they have won. They won the election. But have they managed to win the heart of people? The answer is big no. The point is, the people of Maharashtra isn't expecting much from this government, as they have been failed, as their expectations have been turned down first in 2014, then in 2019, followed by 2022. So, of course, the new government has come into power, and since we are the loyal karyakartas of Pawar Saab, he has always teach us to be graceful and considerate in politics. I wish all the best to the leaders who have taken oath today. But let me tell you, there are just 3 ministers who have taken oath today. What about the other ministers? As I had said on 23rd, elections are over, politics has begun. They have started fighting for the home portfolio. They were fighting for the CM post. Even today, till the last moment, it was not clear whether the Shinde Saab will be taking oath today or not. And somehow it got cleared at the last hour. So there is a lot more to come as far as Mahayuti is concerned. There are n number of confusions between the leaders of Mahayuti. They just don't agree on many aspects. And today they have just got done with the formality of taking oath, and that too of just Chief Minister and 2 deputies. A lot more is yet to come because the portfolio allocation has just not initiated, and the crux lies there. The moment portfolio allocation begins, we'll get to see each and every day and every moment we'll get to see and witness the leaders and the allies fighting with each other for the creamy posts and the creamy portfolios. So the elections
But where
are
does
over.
that not happen, Mr. Ajmera? I mean, are there any other states where the Congress has been in coalition or the India bloc has been in coalition where disagreements haven't happened between alliance partners over who wants what portfolio?
Of course, this is bound to happen because when 3 parties are coming together, there must be some confusion, there must be some consideration, there must be some conversation. But what is happening here is not like that. See, for the last many days, the elections got over on the 23rd of November. Today, it's 5th of December. What has been happening all this while? Of course, there is conversation, but this long? Of course, there has been exchange of thoughts and procedures, but this long? That certainly indicates that there was a lot happening behind the curtains which was not coming out, but something was coming out in some or the other way, and due to the sources of yours and ours in the political spectrum. And that certainly indicates, even your news channel was running the news that all is not well in the Mahayuti. And that is what our stand is. Let the portfolio allocation begin and we'll get to see a lot of action happening in Maharashtra politics. Of course, we are in opposition. We couldn't manage a good amount of numbers that Mr. Pandey is saying. But that doesn't mean we are out of context. We are gonna oppose all the misdeeds of the Mahayuti inside the house and outside the house, and that is for sure.
Sure. Rajiv Pandey, you had to make a point. Quick rebuttal before I get in Ravi Srivastava as well.
Yes, Poonamji, the issue is what they are talking. They are saying that they have not got blessings of Maharashtra. They have won election. After 2014, first Lok Sabha, then Vidhan Sabha, and in 2019, Lok Sabha as well as Vidhan Sabha, as well today Vidhan Sabha. Out of 6 elections, 5 elections is owned by Mahayuti. It's not only for 2 lakhs votes. We lost around 20 seats, around 15 seats in 2004 Lok Sabha election.
In 2022, Mahayuti got the third partner.
1 second.
Before that, it was the BJP and Shiv Sena.
Did I disturb you? Did I disturb you, sir? I kept waiting. Just wait.
But at least don't misguide the panel, sir. At least don't misguide the panel. I am just correcting you, my dear friend.
What you cannot correct because you do not understand politics at all. 2014 2 elections, 2019 2 elections. We succeeded. We succeeded in Maharashtra. We lost in 2024 general election because of a lie. That constitution will be a scrap, reservation will be a scrap, but काट की हाड़ी कितनी बार चढ़ेगी? People have rejected you, and people have not only rejected you, people have thrashed you because
And
of
Mr.
you lied
Ajmera,
in the
as far
Lok
as
Sabha
the
election.
recently concluded Lok Sabha elections went, there were lessons to be taken for the NDA,
But the
and
difference
this
was only
and
2
this
lakhs
Vidhan
vote.
Sabha election, many would say, proves that they did take that lesson. Maybe
Correct.
the Aghadi was too overconfident from what happened in the Lok Sabha elections, and they thought they'll replicate that in Vidhan Sabha, and then we saw what happened. But Ravi
They were
Srivastava, do
fighting
you
for CM post.
sure? But Ravi Srivastava, do
Without
you
having
also agree that
numbers, they
there
were
is
fighting
going
on
to be
CM
a
post.
rocky road as far as this NDA government is concerned? Managing allies is something that Devendra Fadnavis has done effectively in the last 2.5 years. He's known to be someone who can manage to do that.
Good evening, Poonam. I don't belong to any political setup as other two people are. But the fact is that since BJP has won this time, a Mahayuti has come in power, they are going to announce their government and all that. But there is lot of turmoil underneath. It's a fact. The truth is that the government,
Definitely.
like my friend said, that on 2 grounds they lost the election in Lok Sabha. I'll say that on 2 grounds you have won the election in Assembly. There is a communal polarization, and the Ladli Bahina scheme probably has paid dividend to the party. It's good. I mean, something going for the welfare of the poor people is always welcomed. But the fact is, now that amount is to be revised to 2,100 rupees for each Ladli Bahina. Apart from that, you showed a revenue deficit of 2.75 lakh crore. In fact, the public debt is more than 7.5 lakh crore. How this government is going to manage that? Mumbai is the costliest city in the country. I am paying electricity at the rate of 13 rupees per unit. I am paying 500 rupees
Definitely.
per month for my water. The point is that this inflation has squeezed everything from the people. How this government is going to fulfill the aspirations of the people for youngsters for their jobs, education, several things are there, public welfare is there. For what they are going to do, that is to be seen. So I think this portfolio distribution itself is going to create lot of turmoil in the state of Maharashtra. Good, they have won with the strong numbers. They are going to rule for next 5 years. But the fact is that these 3 people are looking in different direction. And we have seen that the kind of setup this strange in the whole country. The deputy CM has become the CM. The CM has become a deputy CM.
Many
So,
would say that's the beauty of it all. That's
could
how
be.
democracy works, and all alliance
That's not
and
the
all
beauty,
alliance
Poonam.
partners
I said-
in NDA
I
in
only
Maharashtra are perhaps
Poonam.
all putting the people of Maharashtra above their egos. And Aman, I want you
Let's
to have
see.
the last word, because that's exactly
Let's
what many
see.
said about
Only
Devendra
one line
Fadnavis
can I
when he
just
agreed
add,
to be
Poonam?
deputy chief minister in 2022. In 2019, he stood up in the assembly and said, "मैं फिर लौट कर आऊंगा." That's exactly what he's done. He decided to put Maharashtra and the party above in 2022. It's paid dividends for him and for the party.
Well, absolutely. It's a story of redemption, I think, for Devendra Fadnavis, from 2019 when he was virtually backstabbed, I would say, by Uddhav Thackeray to be denied the CM chair, and there were pot shots taken by the likes of Supriya Sule saying, "One Fadnavis, what can he do?" For him to stage such a remarkable victory is surely one for the history books. But I think, Poonam, a lot is being made on how this government will function. Will it be stable? See, BJP itself is at 132 seats. If you add the independents and the BJP leaders who have won on the tickets of the allies, BJP itself is at 139. Just 6 short of a majority mark on its own. Then there is 41 MLAs of Ajit Pawar. That takes BJP plus Ajit Pawar to 180 already. Effectively, this government is a very, very strong government. I think nobody will be able to blackmail or nobody will be able to arm twist the BJP here. I think BJP is in a very strong position. The opposition, for all it may say, has been completely decimated in this election. To come down to 50 seats for the Mahavikas Aghadi just 6 months after you staged such a big, remarkable turnaround in the Lok Sabha speaks a lot that which party learned the lessons from the Lok Sabha. And going ahead, I think BJP will be a very, very assertive government, because from day one, BJP was very clear. It did not promise, like it did to Nitish Kumar in the Bihar election of 2020, that irrespective of the numbers, we'll have the incumbent person as the chief minister again. It was very clear that it will depend on the numbers. The moment BJP got 132, it was clear from day one that Devendra Fadnavis will be the chief minister. We have travelled in Maharashtra during the election. That was the sentiment of the BJP cadre also on the ground, that the person who has experience, the person who has performed and the person who abided by party discipline to become the Deputy Chief Minister on the orders of the party leadership deserves this post. And I think we'll see a very, very strong Devendra Fadnavis here. Prime Minister totally trusts him. And even importantly, I think the RSS top leadership also extremely fond of Fadnavis. I think Fadnavis is one leader whom both the Prime Minister and Mr. Mohan Bhagwat are fond of, and he enjoys the total support. And we'll see that when this government starts functioning from tomorrow, how the decisions are rolled out.
And how quickly they are rolled out. That's something that the people of Maharashtra will also want to know, because we've already seen a delay in as far as getting a government is concerned. How accelerated the future decisions of this government is concerned. That's something that people will want to look at. But I have to leave it there. I thank you all gentlemen for joining us here on this edition of Plain Speak. It is time for a quick break, but on the other side, we'll get you details of another milestone that ISRO has reached, a successful launch of Proba 3 mission for solar exploration. We'll get you the details.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
MDH का किचन किंग किचन में हो तो हम सब कुछ बना सकते हैं। बैंगन का भरता, आलू गोभी, भिंडी मसाला और भी बहुत कुछ। MDH मिले 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 हाँ, छुआ जिसे करेगा यार, मिले 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 हाँ।
हम यूं ही मिलकर इस नए भारत में 4 चांद लगाते रहेंगे, बस एक नए नाम के साथ और आपके भरोसे के साथ।
L&T स्विचगियर बिजनेस अब बन गया है लॉरेट्स नुत्सन।
ओके किड्स, लेट्स प्ले। आप बड़े होके क्या बनोगे?
मैम, आज आप बताओ।
आप बड़े होकर क्या बनोगे?
अभी स्कूल टीचर हूँ, बाद में प्रिंसिपल, फिर रिटायर्ड,
फिर उसके बाद?
हाँ मैम, आप बूढ़े होके क्या बनोगे? अपनी खुशियों वाली रिटायर्ड लाइफ की प्लानिंग करो आज से विद आदित्य बिरला सन लाइफ इंश्योरेंस।
स्टूडेंट, PhD स्टूडेंट।
आप बूढ़े होके क्या बनोगे?
के चैंपियन विशाल और राइजिंग स्टार संजय मुकाबले के लिए बढ़ते हुए काफी डिटरमिन्ड लग रहे हैं। एटीट्यूड के साथ रिंग में उतरे हैं एकदम चैंपियन की तरह। और ये देखिए,
विनर्स कहीं से भी आ सकते हैं। प्रेजेंटिंग ग्रो मल्टी कैप फंड, लार्ज मिड और स्मॉल कैप, ताकि हमारे एक्सपर्ट्स इंडिया की मल्टीपल विनिंग अपॉर्चुनिटीज में इन्वेस्ट करने का एम कर सके। ग्रो मल्टी कैप फंड, इन्वेस्ट इन अपॉर्चुनिटीज कॉल्ड इंडिया। म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से संबंधित सभी दस्तावेज ध्यान से पढ़ें।
घर से निकलने से लेकर घर चलाने तक हमारी लाइफ आसान नहीं होती थी। कभी मंजिल तक आकर अटक गए तो कभी मजाक बनकर रह गए, पर कोई था जिसे यकीन था कि हमारे पास दिव्य काबिलियत है। वो थे प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी, जिन्होंने विकलांग कहे जाने वाले हम सबको दिव्यांग कहकर बुलाया। उन्होंने वंदे भारत ट्रेनें बनाई तो उसमें हमारे लिए खास सुविधाएं करवाई। नई सरकारी बिल्डिंग्स का भी नक्शा बदल दिया। नई शिक्षा नीति भी हमारे बच्चों को ध्यान में रखकर बनाई। मुख्यमंत्री थे तब उन्होंने खेल महाकुंभ शुरू किया था। तब से लेकर आज तक मोदी जी ने हमारे दिव्यांग स्पोर्ट्समैन को फुल सपोर्ट दिया है। आज देश ने हमें कॉन्फिडेंस से भर दिया है।
सुगम्य भारत अभियान के 9 साल, समावेश, सम्मान, सशक्तिकरण। मिले 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 हाँ, छुआ जिसे करेगा यार, मिले 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 हाँ।
हम यूं ही मिलकर इस नए भारत में 4 चांद लगाते रहेंगे, बस एक नए नाम के साथ और आपके भरोसे के साथ।
L&T स्विचगियर बिजनेस अब बन गया है लॉरेट्स नुत्सन।
IDBI बैंक फिक्स्ड डिपॉजिट, एक ऐसा दोस्त जो दे खुशी भी और जरूरत में साथ भी। IDBI बैंक ऐसा, दोस्त जैसा।
David sir, we have to shoot this in Paris.
गाना भेलपुरी में श्रद्धा, not croissants.
Actually हमको शॉपिंग करनी है।
अरे राजा बाबू, why Paris? Ajio big bold sale.
Get the biggest international brands at blockbuster discounts. मतलब सेल नंबर 1.
Pack up.
यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के मार्गदर्शन एवं माननीय मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ के कुशल नेतृत्व में महाकुंभ 2025 में सनातन पताका लहराने के लिए तैयार है उत्तर प्रदेश। उच्च कोटि के प्रबंधन वाले मानवता के इस अमूर्त धरोहर से साधु संतों के साथ ही कल्पवासी भी पुण्य के भागी बनेंगे। कल्पवास अर्थात 1 माह तक संगम तट पर डेरा डालकर वेदों का अध्ययन और ध्यान पूजा, जो पौष मास के 11वें दिन से प्रारंभ होकर माघ माह के 12वें दिन तक चलती है। श्वेत व पीतांबरधारी कल्पवासियों के दर्शन, संगम में डुबकी और पूज्य साधु संतों के आशीर्वाद का पुण्य प्रसाद प्रयागराज महाकुंभ में बंट रहा हो तो चहुं ओर एक ही जयकार गुंजायमान है। आओ चले महाकुंभ।
जयतु महाकुंभ, जयतु सनातन।
मिले 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 हाँ, छुआ जिसे करेगा यार। मिले 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 हाँ,
हम यूं ही मिलकर इस नए भारत में 4 चांद लगाते रहेंगे, बस एक नए नाम के साथ और आपके भरोसे के साथ।
L&T स्विचगियर बिजनेस अब बन गया है लॉरेट्स नुत्सन।
मेरी नजरों से चुना, तेरी हरकतों से सुना, कभी जीती तू, कभी मैं हारा, फिर भी खूबसूरत है ये नजारा, क्योंकि इसमें है खुला
कुछ मेरा, कुछ तुम्हारा।
अमेजिंग स्पेसेस के लिए ड्रीम लैम लैमिनेट्स, कुछ मेरा कुछ तुम्हारा।
Welcome back to Plain Speak. ISRO has added another feather to its cap. The Indian Space Research Organisation successfully launched PSLV C-59 mission with the European Space Agency's Proba 3 satellites from Sriharikota. Proba 3 mission consists of 2 satellites, chronograph and occulter, designed to study the sun's corona, the outermost layer of its atmosphere. It was rescheduled after an anomaly that was discovered yesterday, but now ISRO has come out and lauded its efforts, the entire mission team's efforts for the successful launch.
Congratulations to the entire PSLV project team as well as for Proba team. And we wish all the very best to Proba for their further operations and achieving the mission goals. Congratulations to both the teams. Let me take this opportunity also to mention that this is a mission accomplished on contract by NSIL. So we have today both the mission director as well as the CMD of NSIL here.
On that note, quick break. But on the other side, we'll get you the big political fight and the debate that has broken out between the Congress and the BJP. A Soros twist has been added to the Sunset showdown. What are the allegations? What is the counter? We'll get you that big debate.
So we're just a little bit before. I know it's not here. Okay.
2 minutes.
just a little bit before. I know it's not here. Okay.
2 minutes. Okay.
Thank you for staying with us. Since the winter session of Parliament began, Congress has raised the issue of crony capitalism, much to the angst of its own allies. Even today, as both houses of Parliament convened, Congress members of Parliament were outside protesting against the central government. The BJP has now added a fresh twist to the entire saga. The BJP quoted a French media report and claimed that there is a dangerous triangular nexus, their words not mine, between the Congress, George Soros and the OCCRP, the organization that first reported on the Adani issue. The Saffron Party claimed that there was an attempt by the Congress to destabilize the country, disrupt the parliament and do all of it by playing into the hands of an international conspiracy. Now, the issue was raised both inside and outside Parliament. We saw BJP MPs raise the issue inside the Parliament, in both houses in fact. Congress on its part has denied all allegations. In fact, one of its members of Parliament has written to the Lok Sabha Speaker as well, specifically over the allegations that were made by Nishikant Dubey against Rahul Gandhi on the floor of the House. But even as we see that allegation and the fight take place inside the Parliament, the allegations that have been raised are pretty grave. But are those allegations valid? That's what we ask our guest tonight. Opening this up, Radhika Khera, spokesperson of the BJP, Anuma Acharya, spokesperson of the Congress, and analyst Kishore Subramanian join us on this broadcast. Radhika Khera, let me begin by asking you. The BJP has made some grave allegations against Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party. I believe we've lost that line with Radhika Khera. Anuma Acharya, we've seen the Congress come out and deny all the allegations that have been made. OCCRP has also come out and denied any allegations of funding and the linkages over any motivated pieces, as they're being called. But these allegations that are now in public domain, they do raise some questions.
Good evening, Poonam. It is all the time Bharatiya Janata Party wants to digress from the main issue, which is crony capitalism, because there is no investigation on Adani ever happened ever since we have been talking about it. Different organizations have been breaking stories. SEBI is also in a fix, which is not able to investigate Adani. In the light of all of it, Bharatiya Janata Party only want to digress from the main issue, and which is very evident. If you see, whenever something like that had happened, BJP behaves like agents of Adani. Now, OCCRP, you say anything. You say somebody is on bail for 10 years. You couldn't do a thing. So, BJP only spreads fake narratives, and they have so many fake news peddlers, and this is what they are doing. This is what they are good at. They are not good at administration. They are not good at securing the interest of the country. They are not good at the brotherhood and harmony. They are not good at anything like that. But
it's interesting you raise security concerns and the interests of the country, because that's exactly what the BJP accuses you of compromising on.
See, everybody knows now. Nobody, it is quite evident that OCCRP has been doing its news and items and researches for time immemorial. I think from 2006 onwards. So, putting everything in our basket, this is what the BJP can do. It is sheer allegations, no concrete substance, says nothing. They just say something. Somebody has gone somewhere. Somebody has come to Bharat Jodo Yatra. There were so many people we have been meeting all day long. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, whenever he goes abroad, every time there is a deal which comes to Adani's bag. So this is all proven because a lot of other agencies have done those reportings. So there should be a question why Narendra Modi ji is behaving like an agent, why they are behaving like all of them, like Adani's agents.
Sure.
Because
Kishore Subramanian, I see your hand going up, but I'll come back to you because I want the BJP to respond to the allegations that are being made by the Congress. Radhika Khera, the Congress says that the BJP is only trying to divert attention from the main issue. These are news outlets like any other. And so what if the Congress has taken those news reports to target you? The issue still remains that there are allegations against an Indian national, an Indian industrialist, an Indian powerhouse, a corporate powerhouse, so to say. And those allegations need to be probed.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, Radhika Khera.
Let's start with the last point of the Congress spokesperson. She was talking about Mr. Adani and the Bharatiya Janata Party. So I believe that this is the Jijaji of the Congress party. She must recognize him very well. And I believe here as well, we see the Jijaji of the Congress party and the husband of the newly elected Congress MP and the newly elected Gandhi family member, Priyanka Vadra. Having said that, today we stand before an alarming revelation, a dangerous nexus between George Soros, OCCRP and Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, as highlighted by a French investigation report. Now here they say that they're just allegations and we come up with anything. Now remember Chaukidar Chor Hai and the Rafale allegation that Rahul Gandhi came up with? He had to go to court and apologize. Then he came up with, I believe there were some more things he used to, every few days he comes up with something, someone comes and tells him something. You know, with Rahul Gandhi, the problem is someone will come and brief him about something and without any proof, without anything, he will just go. There was a Pegasus thing that they created. What happened in the end? Now, this is not a political dispute. It's a matter of national sovereignty. And the pattern is evident. Foreign agencies and billionaires of foreign countries with vested interests launch attacks against India's progress. And Rahul Gandhi amplifies the agenda. And we've been seeing that regularly. Now, Rahul Gandhi has to decide whether he's an Indian MP or a puppet of Mr. Soros or those billionaires from outside India who want to harm India. Why is he always running the agenda? We've seen many toolkits even during the farmers' protests that were being promoted by Rahul Gandhi and his team. Now, this is very sad. You know, you want to raise issues, and they're saying that the Bharatiya Janata, the Congress person was here, was saying, I was hearing, she said, God, Bharatiya Janata Party and the government does nothing, they don't do this, they don't do that. Well, ma'am, this you're saying when we have come back to power for a third time in a row, and it's been 3 terms, and you have not even managed to reach 100. And you're telling us that the Bharatiya Janata Party does not know. You're questioning the mandate of the people and the intelligence of the people of India. अब आप वोटर को भी नहीं बख्शते. Your hatred for Narendra Modi ji, Rahul Gandhi ji's hatred for Narendra Modi ji is so much that you want to destroy the country. You want to undermine the country. We remember during the after the Corona period, we saw the ruckus they created because of the vaccine. They didn't want people to be safe in India. They had problems why everyone in India got vaccinated. They had problems why the vaccine was being sent abroad. They have a problem with anything which is concerning the country's development, country's progress, and the country's national security, the country's integrity. The only thing Rahul Gandhi believes in is bahar jao, abroad jao, and wahan pe jaake desh ko badnaam karo. देश के खिलाफ साजिशें रचो. We've seen how his involvement has also come up in the Bangladesh issue. So he is involved in everything that is going wrong everywhere. And then they blame us that the Bharatiya Janata Party does not know this. Well, the people of India are giving you a befitting reply time and again. And I would like to end my opening statement again with the same picture of the Congress Jijaji with Mr. Adani. Please tell us, वो ये रिश्ता क्या कहलाता है? Of the then you have this also. मतलब अब whatever you want to say is fine. वो ये रिश्ता क्या कहलाता है? पहले आप ये बताइए.
Anuma Acharya, I see your hand going up. Quick rebuttal before I get in Mr. Subramanian as well.
There are thousands of photos with every business person of this country with lots of Congress leaders. And why not? We are not against any business houses in particular. We are only against a business house in particular because that business house
political
is
leader,
only after
revelation by the Congress spokesperson.
He backs the contract. Now, I think Adani Group has a sleeper cells in BJP. They talk about national integrity, security, but they are trusting on a French report. Now, what is this? Whom you are befooling? This country, people appears to be educated, but they are
Radhika, let her finish. I'll come back. Let her finish.
American FBI summon which was given to Mr. Adani. So why do we forget about it? It is Mr. Adani has brought a bad name to our country, and all because of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Bharatiya Janata Party. We have to be very clear on that. And if you talk about Rafale, I tell you how they have breached the procedures, the procurement procedure. I am a logistics officer. I understand even now. It was.
But it did not stand any scrutiny in the court of law.
But still, I know that.
But it did not stand any scrutiny in the court of law, Anuma Acharya. Maybe there is.
Because it is all in a covered envelope. I know as a logistics officer how much.
Sure, maybe there's credence to the allegations the Congress is making. Why is it then you haven't been able to prove that in a court of law? But Radhika Khera, the question also being asked is that the allegations that are being made by the BJP today are based on one organization against another organization. What's to say one is kosher and the other is not?
The allegations, the Congress spokesperson here was talking about that we are talking about some French reports. Well, where did they get the entire Rafale strategy from? From a French media house called Mediapart? Your media communication in charges used to, please let me complete. Media in charges.
Ms. Acharya, let her finish, please. I asked her not to interrupt you. You please accord her the same courtesy.
The communication in charges of the Congress party would wait all night. When is Mediapart going to release their next update on the Rafale issue? And they would read it out from there and hold a press conference first thing in the morning because of the timing issue. So you can do it. If you do it, it's right. If we are raising questions on a similar kind of a report or from somewhere which is outside, then international issue, then you have a problem. Till when are you going to just be mere puppets of Mr. Soros and these other people who want to harm India, who have vested interests and they want to spoil India's financial stability? They want to spoil India's welfare. Why are you aligning with them? We understand you have a dual citizenship issue and maybe you are not an Indian citizen, you are Rahul Gandhi, but that does not mean that he can harm India, the country where he was born, the country where he grew up, the country where he has been made Rahul Gandhi.
And these allegations are grave. They need to be addressed. Kishore Subramanian, as far as the antecedents of OCCRP are concerned, who they get their funding from, what kind of motivated or non-motivated journalism or pieces that they've been working on, that's a matter up for debate. They, of course, on their part have come out and denied all of it. Many would argue that, like I said, it's pitting one organization against the other and you don't know who to trust. But if we have seen India baiters, as you would like to call them, who have openly come out and supported an organization like the OCCRP, maybe we should take what they say with a pinch of salt.
Okay, good evening to all my panelists. I have patiently listened to both the panelists out here. So I would like that reciprocation. So I have three questions to Mrs. Anuma Acharya, representing the Congress. My first question is, because today the topic of debate is on George Soros, OCCRP and the deep state involvement in India. So I have three questions. I want to know, what was the charge or how did George Soros make money in 92? What happened in 96 against him? And how much of an empire was transferred to whom last year? These three things, along with the fact that what George Soros does. The reason why I'm asking you this question on this live television is I want to prove a point that Congress people do not know what they are talking about. Can you answer this, Anuma madam, with due respect? If you can tell me what happened in 92, 96, last year, and what is George Soros' core competency, then I'll continue my argument and place my points without googling.
Look, I am a defense officer for 24 years and I don't bother about these George Soroses and OCCRPs and all that.
Madam, here is the proof.
Look, I am just telling you very categorically and clearly. You should have been asking the questions to BJP spokesperson.
Madam, it is on live national television. I am asking what is George Soros doing?
About the unemployment, about the Adani issue. You won't ask a single question to the BJP spokesperson.
Madam, I am asking a very simple question.
It is the learned and educated people here in the debate, but I think people are not bothered about what charges have been framed on Adani. You are interested more
in George Soros. Talking about George Soros, here we have a person who doesn't know what George Soros does. What George Soros does, she doesn't know.
Want to talk about.
Okay, Kishore Subramanian, as far as George Soros is concerned, and I'm running short of time, so I just have the last 30-40 seconds to give to you. But as far as George Soros is concerned, like I was talking about, the antecedents of not just him, of the OCCRP, beside of George Soros as well, are not very flattering.
Okay, so the point is very simple. First point is that George Soros is a hedge fund manager, for the information of madam. Point number 2, let me tell you very clearly, there is deep state involved.
Okay, let him finish, Anumacharya. Okay, Anumacharya, let him finish, please. I don't have enough time.
Yeah, let me complete. So there's a deep state involved.
You've had your say, ma'am. You said what the core issue according to you was. Now let him have his say as well, please. He's patiently waited. He's patiently waited, Anumacharya. Let him please finish. I don't have much time on this.
Patiently hear me out.
Mr. Subramanian, last 30 seconds, please.
Okay, so the point is that there is a deep state involvement. Point number 2, Rahul Gandhi has this bad habit of going outside India. You can have any problems with the ruling government inside the parliament, but not outside. You can't go to a university, talk to students and uneducated people who have no clue and talk to them about democracy being saved in India. This is the kind of versions and narratives that Congress spreads. See, I'm not a political person. I don't represent the BJP here. I am a citizen. I am an analyst. I am into finance. And I'm talking about what that nexus can do. Whether it is destabilization of Bangladesh, whether it is wars which are thrown on countries, spending billions of dollars, whether it is interfering in large corporations. And let me tell you, the Department of Justice, which threw an allegation on Adani, what's happened? The President of America has pardoned his own son. So moral high ground, America and its corporations, thank you, we don't need you. But deep state involvement by Rahul Gandhi, Congress and the entire state against India is absolutely ridiculous, rubbish, should be stopped immediately. I strongly believe that India needs
to talk about it.
Sure. One thing is for the clear that this is not a controversy that is going to die down anytime soon. The Parliament is in session for another week or more, and we are going to be seeing this escalate only further. I have to leave it there. I thank you all for joining us here on this edition of Plain Speak. With that, it's a wrap from my side.
No, I just. Okay.
2 minutes. Right. Okay. So,
Nam Laminates presents CNN News 18 Primetime Studio.
Namaste, Jai Hind, and welcome to this edition of The Right Stand. I'm Anand Narsuman, and we are coming to you live from the CNN News 18 Primetime Studio, presented by Green Lamb Laminates. Remember what Babur's men did in Ayodhya Kumbh 500 years ago.